Later this year, we are expecting Herpa Wings to release an Airbus A350 of Aeroflot, which would introduce the new standard livery of the airline. But while we are waiting, I thought we could take a look at this Airbus A320 of Aeroflot in this special livery. With that, welcome to a new episode of Review, where we, as mentioned, will take a closer look at an Airbus A320-200 of Aeroflot. At the front of the box we have the cutout, so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of the box we have the Aeroflot branding. Then on the back side of the box we have a lovely little rendition of the aircraft. We have the original dimensions, the Aeroflot branding once more, and some additional information. So that's all for the box. Let's take a closer look inside and at the aircraft model itself. And here she is, the Airbus A320-200 of Aeroflot in their Retrojet livery. Now, with no further ado, let's take a closer look and see what details this aircraft model has in store for us. And we start off with the tail section, where we have on the vertical stabilizer, very simple, just white, and then the flag of the Russian Federation. On the fuselage, however, we do find the full registration code of the aircraft and the aircraft type specification. At the very tail of the aircraft, we then also have some lovely detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage, we then have the writing of Aeroflot in Cyrillic letters on one side and in Latin letters on the other side. And integrated with that, of course, we still have the traditional logo of the airline, which still holds the hammer and sickle from its Soviet past. But of course, that is something they actually also have on their standard livery. At the front of the aircraft, we then also have the Russian flag and the name of the aircraft. The cockpit section doesn't offer too many details other than, of course, the cockpit windows themselves, but they have also added the window wipers. The engine nacelles have been kept in all white. Overall, they are rather decently detailed. We have, of course, the silver leading edge. If you look from the back side, I think that looks quite okay as well. And of course, if you look into the engines from the front, we can then very nicely see the engine fan blades. On the fuselage, just above the wings, we then find the emergency exits have been printed on, and that, of course, leads us straight to the wings, because we should definitely also take a look at those, especially here the top side, where we have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out, although I would have wished for them to be a little bit more pronounced. We also have the markings for the emergency exits printed on, and we have some different shades of gray for some additional detailing. Overall, I think the top side looks rather decent, the underside rather basic, but we do have the full registration code of the aircraft once again. The wings have the traditional Airbus wingtip fences, which I think look rather nice with the coloring they have been given, this orangey red color. The overall execution, the physical execution of this detail, I think looks better on more recent releases, but as this isn't a recent release, I don't think we should be too harsh with that. Where this model definitely looks better than more recent releases is the landing gear. If you look here at the main landing gear underneath the wings, I think that looks rather good, but also especially the front landing gear I think looks much better in this case than with more recent releases. And then last but not least, we also have the doors to the cargo compartments printed on here in the backside of the aircraft and here at the front of the aircraft. So there we have it, the Airbus A320-200 of Aeroflot in the Retrojet livery. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, overall, I think it's a very nice one. There are a few details where I think more recent releases would have done a better job. I think that's mainly with the wingtip fences and maybe how pronounced the flaps, slats and spoilers on the wing are. But other than that, I think pretty much everything else is better on this aircraft model compared with a recent release. But of course, I think the main reason to get this model is, of course, the spectacular retro livery. And I think Herpa has done a great job in the print replicating that. So overall, I would say yes, absolutely, it is an aircraft worth having in one's collection. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.